Hey there, Cheryl here. Today's episode, we're going to talk about something that we have heard so much about from the groups that we have in our coaching groups and our training events and my one-on-one students. How do I wind down for the day, Cheryl? My mind is just so active at the end of the day, I can't get to sleep. This is a frequent issue that we hear from some of our students. Have you ever gone to bed at night and as you lay in bed, you just toss and turn and you can't get to sleep at all? Or you try your best to go to sleep, you close your eyes, but your mind is just churning and churning. This is a frequent issue that we hear, and that's what I want to talk about today. How do you actually wind down for the day? Well, one of the things that I've done is I've collated 4 things that you can begin to do right now so that you actually wind down and get to have a good night rest. Why is that important? Because we all know that when you have a good night rest, you are refreshed the next day. You are more productive the next day. You are more focused the next day. And that is very important for you as you reach towards your aspiration, as you reach towards your ambitions. So let's get started. What's the very first thing? I must say that I had a very interesting encounter with my children about winding down for the day, and I realized that one of the key things that have worked very well for them and for many of my students is that they have routines. For example, for my children, 45 minutes or so before they head to bed, they take their warm baths. We get into bed, to their bedroom. We turn down the lights, and they share with me about their day, what they're thankful for the day, and then we may tell a story to them, and then we say our prayers, and then they go to bed. So that signals to their brain, signals to them that it's time to wind down for the day and get to bed. So what is your routine? So the very first one I have for you is, do you have a routine before you get to bed, just to tell your brains that it's time to wind down for the day? It also then sets a routine to say, to go from the very excitable kind of things that's happening in the day to some things that are more calming, to some things that is going to make you more restful, to some things that are going to get you to be in a state where you're ready to rest for the day. What might some of these be? Well, for some of my students, it's about deep breathing. They spend about 20 minutes or so in deep breathing exercises. Or for some, they set up for themselves a warm bubble bath with the lights dim and all, and it gets them into the thinking, the mode, the frame of winding down for the day. Whatever that works for you, find out what works for you as you build your own routine to wind down for the day. Some other things that you can do. This is the very first thing I think you can do, absolutely, and that's no screens. And that means 45 minutes to an hour before you want to go to bed, turn off your screens, no more work emails, no more social media, no more going through your phones and going through all your social media. Just let yourself calm down and not have the excitement of going through different images and responding to emails and all. The other thing I realized, some of my students tell me, I know my bosses send out emails at 11 p.m. in the evening. I need to catch them. No, you don't have to catch them. In fact, you'll be more productive if you were to catch them the next day and respond accordingly. Rather than to break out your sleep or to not get to bed and wind down for a good night rest so that you can be productive the next day. The other thing about getting to wind down and prepare yourself for the bed, the main objective is to be able to take you away gradually in transition from that which is very exciting, that which gets your mind thinking, that which is very random, right? So you're all fired up, to that which is calming, that which will get you into a more restful state for you to get to bed easily, right? Journaling. For me, this is one of the pieces that is very important. First, to journal about what you appreciate through the day. Why? Because as you appreciate the day, as you reflect the day, it also tells you it's time to wrap up for the day. Right? So that's something that you can do. Journal what you appreciate for the day, who do you appreciate, what do you appreciate, and then just write it all down. Empty your thoughts about the day. Second thing is to write down whatever that you need to get done for the next day. Why? Because that will then not keep you awake at night. Because you know you have poured it out, you have already scheduled time for what you need to be doing the next day. Alright, so journal down, reflect through the day and what you're appreciative for. The second thing is to write down what you want to be doing the next day so that again you empty your mind, right, and get ready for good night rest. The final thing, which might surprise you, but it's worked wonders for some of my students, is dance, right? And what that does for them is that it gets all the excitable energies, all the leftover energies, that's going to keep them away as they dance the day away or dance the night away, and then they have a warm bath, and then it gets them to bed. Whatever that works for you, get into a routine, find that which brings you from an excitable, anxious, or random, kind of state of mind to that which is calming, to that which is peaceful, to that which is restful, so that you can get a good night rest. My name is Cheryl, and I highly encourage you to put some, if not all, of this into action and get a system that helps you to wind down and have a good night rest. See you on the next episode. My name is Cheryl, and until then, I want to wish you a life that's most excellent. Hey, Cheryl here again. Like that particular episode? Well, there are 3 things you can do right now. Number 1, subscribe so that you are notified every single time I have a new episode up. The second thing is grab my free book, The 24-Hour Woman, How High Achieving Stressed Women Manage It All and Still Find Happiness. You find the link right there. The third thing is head on over to my website right now and subscribe to my weekly newsletter, because there are topics, strategies, and tools that I share there that I do not share on this particular platform. Till I see you on our online or offline events, my name is Cheryl, and I want to wish you a life that's most excellent.